What does your neighborhood look like? Well, neighborhoods come in all shapes and sizes, and if you live downtown, yours could be described as vertical living. Becky, Frey, and Dewar are with Briggs, Freeman Real Estate Brokerage, and they're here to talk about the advantages of living downtown. Ladies, how are you?
Good morning.
We're
how are
very
you?
well. I love this vertical living. It's very trendy, so let's get into it. Claire, vertical living has become really popular in downtown Dallas, hasn't it?
Isn't it just amazing? I have to say, as a Dallas native, I used to come downtown with my father to his office, and boy, you know, we'd have lunch, but then it would roll up and get really dead at night. And now I understand there's 9,000 people living downtown. And so it's really, really exciting to think about the fact that, like some of these other big communities across the United States and even in Europe, you know, people do think about living in buildings as normal. And we're really getting into that whole idea of vertical living in Dallas.
And it definitely has that fun, accessible city feel. But does it have that downtown neighborhood feel too, Becky?
You know, it does. You know, like for instance at One Arts Plaza, a lot of the residents get together and they'll send out an e-blast and say, we're going to have wine tonight, meet at Dolly or one of the restaurants downstairs at One Arts, and they'll get together and they'll have drinks and then maybe go to dinner, or say, you know, they'll get a group together and walk to the farmer's market and do their shopping at the farmer's market, or go to the DMA together, or, you know, there's just, and they, you know, just as I think as the people live in their buildings to get to know each other, and it's just going down the hall, like going to your next door neighbors to, you know, have dinner or check on them or borrow a cup of sugar or whatever.
And how convenient, you don't have to step outside, they're right down the hall from you.
It's the same feel of being in a neighborhood, you're just within a building, and I think that that's what a lot of people question when they first start coming to look at the downtown buildings.
Sure. Well, a good example, the new director of the Nasher had lived in a house in Los Angeles, and he and his wife are arriving and moving into One Arts because he said to his wife, I want to walk to work, and I want to be able to have you come meet me for dinner and not have to get in a car.
And it's so nice. I mean, that improves your quality of life right there because you're not commuting in a car.
Exactly.
It's just, everything is just a little bit easier when you don't have to do that every morning or every evening when you're on your way home. Well, speaking of the arts, I know there's a lot coming to the Arts District coming this October, is that right?
Right, that's when it's going to kind of kick off.
We are so excited that finally, can you believe it was the brainchild in the 70s in Dallas to have this Arts District, and in October the performing arts buildings that are so beautifully about to be finished will be having their gala opening. The Floor Street, which has been under construction, will all open up, so you'll be able to walk straight from the DMA all the way past the Nasher, the Meyerson, the Opera Hall, the